This week, we're hiking into the San Gabriel Mountains to find Sturtevant Falls and explore Sturtevant Camp.
All right, boys, camp is in session.
The last operating wilderness resort in the area. But first, I gotta get my cousin Allie.
Hello.
And then, I'm definitely gonna need some coffee. Well, we've arrived at Adam's Pack Station. We're gonna see about getting a little snack before we go on this hike. Well, I got a cheeseburger.
And a hot dog. The Quizzy Gobbler.
We initially planned to explore Hermit Falls, but we've heard that most of the trail's been washed out by a recent storm and it is closed to the public. So instead, we're gonna make our way up to Sturtevant Falls and then further explore Sturtevant Camp. People have visited Chantry Flats for over 100 years to escape the city and get out into nature. People would ride in on horseback to spend their weekends in wilderness resorts where all the supplies were hauled in by donkeys like this one right here. Anyway, we got a hike to go on. Bye, donkey. All right, so let me break it down for you. We are right here at Chantry Flats. We're gonna follow this trail up to Sturtevant Falls, then we're gonna loop back and follow this up to Sturtevant Camp, and then we're gonna come all the way back home. Let's get going. We are 1.8 miles from Sturtevant Falls and 4.3 miles from Sturtevant Camp. Here we go. The trail starts by descending a fire road a couple hundred feet before finally reaching the remnants of an old cabin. Check this out. See, on these hikes, we be finding cribs. Imagine what it would be like living on this nice little ledge. Got our cabin right here. Beautiful little stream cruising by. That's the life right there. All right, can anybody tell me what this thing is? It's on the fireplace. It's got multiple settings and it opens up to reveal the inside of the fireplace. What purpose does this serve?
The back of the chimney.
Leave a comment. If there's anything you know about me, you know I love a wooden plank bridge.
Isn't he cute? Have you ever done any research on how praying mantises mate?
No.
Look it up. It's terrifying. The woman is like, give me your baby. The man is like, take my baby. So then she takes the baby and then she decapitates him after she gives birth so that she has food to give to her child. So the man is basically a sacrifice. He gives up his child, his egg, this lady, which maybe she's a lady. Well, actually, I think the ladies are the big ones because that's how they're able to decapitate the smaller ones. And then anyways, then they feed their babies them. Maybe this is a baby. At one point, he's ate his father's body.
Well, we're about a mile to the waterfall, but I wanted to point something out. You see, we're on the Gabrielino Trail. Gabrielinos was a name given to the native people of this area by the Spanish colonizers during the Mission era. Their original name is the Tongva, and they're the native inhabitants of this area.
Wow. Oh, wow. Coming back.
It looks like somebody is being search and rescued. It's very loud and I can't tell what they're doing. Yeah, so basically this helicopter is just doing donuts around us right now. Definitely somebody is getting saved. Anyway, a reminder to always stay safe, always bring enough water, and always hike within your capabilities.
Northern New York. Sharp drop off of like 1,000 feet on one side. Squirrel.
So as you can see, there's like a ton of cabins out here. They got a whole neighborhood out here. What's the deal with that? Well, flashback to 100 years ago, you know, you couldn't just go to Vegas for the weekend and nobody had cars. It's a lot harder. So if you wanted to have a little trip, you and the family, you would go to a wilderness resort. Basically, you'd load up a suitcase or whatever, hop on a donkey and ride into the mountains, spend your time in a little cabin. They would cook you food, they would have beds cleaned for you, and you kind of just get away and hang out in the nature. And they kind of died out as roads became more used and people wanted to travel further and further, so they stopped exploring their backyard. But something I say in all my videos, if you want to travel the world and see all the beauty that this planet has to offer, you can start right here in your backyard. This is only 40 minutes from my apartment, and it's pretty dang pretty. So hopefully this week you get outside and see something near you.
I think so it'd be kind of easy to get down there because the dry spots, you climb down it like a ladder.
Take care of the land. Someday you'll be a part of it.
That's so true.
Fiddler's Crossing to Sturtevant Falls.
I love big leaves. Like, imagine if you were like a dinosaur. That would be like a good lunch, this tree. Comment down below, what's your favorite dinosaur? A plus E. Ali and Ethan. Love you, favorite cousin ever.
It's nice and cool under this tree. I hear the sounds of the birds. I can sip on my water. It's very pleasant.
Do you think I'll break it?
Only one way to find out.
I guess you're right. I wanted to go upside down. Hold on. I need a moment. Oh, this is exhausting. Hi.
That's a nice waterfall. What do you think?
She's pretty. She's pretty. I would like to get in that.
Oh, we're getting in that for sure.
Like, no.
Yeah, let's go. Let's set up somewhere. Time to go in.
Oh, your turn, bro. Get up in there. Take the jeans off. Okay.
These pants like can fill with air. Does my ass look good?
What do you think?
I like waterfalls. You want to play mermaids? Part 2. Want to find crawdads? Wait, what if we found a frog? And more lizards?
So next we're gonna go on top of there and we're gonna go see Sturtevant Camp, which is where people will go to camp. That's all I got.
I wish this thing was waterproof.
I know, I put a battery in it backwards and I broke the case. I couldn't, it's not waterproof anymore. Well, it's been fun hanging at the falls. Now we're gonna head back and head to the upper trail and make our way to Sturtevant Camp. I just slipped down a rock and stubbed my toe. My little toe. That's the worst one to stub. Taking the Gabrielino Trail to the top of the falls. That way.
Lizard! Oh my god. Did you just think of it?
We are at the falling sign, JCT. What does that stand for? Junction. Damn, talk about a Noah spot. It's a full-on picnic table and stream in the middle of nowhere. You can't camp here, you can just hang out here. We're gonna keep heading up to Spruce Grove Campground and then Sturtevant Camp. But this is a nice spot for a little rest. What do you think, Callie?
I'm liking it. It is a vibe.
And we've made it to Spruce Grove.
Oh, just a little doe.
That was so sick. We saw a baby deer and a mama deer.
Baby deer.
And mama deer.
Mama deer.
And a baby deer.
And then they literally, I think, just jumped off a cliff into the stream. Hopefully they're good. Getting a swim.
Going for a little deer swim. Taking the Sturdivant Trail to Sturtevant Camp. We're gonna see the historic lodge and the 1903 Ranger cabin. We're almost there. I'm dying. Let's get it. All right, Sturtevant Camp. Welcome to the very last wilderness resort still standing in the San Gabriel Mountains.
What?
These are the different buildings in the camp. There's the stream. Let's explore. When I was a kid, my grandpa worked at a Girl Scout camp, and whenever we'd visit, it was really similar vibes to this. You had all the different camp huts. Dude, they even got a pickleball court. Oh yeah, this is a vibe. Oh my gosh, this place was built in 1897. Look at what it used to look like. This was the building that we're looking at now. Oh, what? Look at Allie.
This is such a good hike, dude. Good pick. Oh, look, there's a bell behind you. Ring that thing.
Oh, you already know I'm finna ring this thing.
Oh. That is so cool.
All right, boys, camp is in session.
We made it. Dude, get on this thing. This thing's so
I'm down, I'm down, I'm down.
Oh my goodness gracious. These are all like sequoias.
Whoa, I'm flying.
I'm flying. Oh my goodness.
Guys, this is amazing.
Oh my gosh. Dude, this is so cool.
I gotta say, this is definitely worth the extra mileage.
I agree.
Just for this swing alone.
Honestly, right? The swing.
Look, Mom, no hands.
Oh my god.
Guys, imagine. Okay, hear me out. I have a really good friend named Pat, or CB. He works for a kids camp. Pat, I'm talking to you directly right now. Imagine it's summer, camp is in session, and this is where you host the kids. We're talking fishing every day, teaching them how to cook, how to tie knots. I mean, this is the true camp experience. This is what I always wanted as a kid. Oh my God, this is so cool. Someday I'm gonna like work at or volunteer at a place like this and teach kids to love nature and the natural world.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna keep exploring. This is Honeymoon Cottage. Now, when Sturtevant Camp first started, it was just canvas tents in the forest, right? But by the 1920s, there was around a dozen cabins here on the property. This is the only original one left. Termites and the environment got to them. Bro, there's literally a tree. Ah, shoot. Bro, there's literally a tree in the middle of this cabin. Crazy. If the gate to parking didn't close at 8 p.m., I could hang here for hours. We're around 4.5 miles in. We have 2.5 hours to go 4.5 miles downhill to the car. Otherwise, our car gets trapped in the parking lot overnight, and we have to come back up here and sleep in these cabins. But I'm in no rush. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling the vibes of camp summer vibes. Nah, but we'll do a little lap around the area. We'll check out the stream and we'll start making our way back. But this is very nice. You know, you can't beat the simple joy of sitting in a faded plastic chair under some trees while bugs are attacking you. Yeah, that was a little sketchy. I didn't like that one. So from Sturtevant Camp, we've reached the Upper Zion Trail Junction. From here, you can hike another 1.25 miles to the Mount Zion summit. We're not doing that today. We're running out of time, so we're gonna turn back. But this is a pretty cool place, man. You know, you can rent one of these cabins for the night, load up a donkey, and send all your food and gear up, and spend a couple nights here at Sturtevant Camp. Not a bad place to kick it, I gotta say. Allie, would you stay at Sturtevant Camp?
100%. It does seem a little bit creepy. I kind of get like a creepy vibe, like it might be a little bit haunted, but like I would stay here for sure.
Leave a comment if you think you would stay here, or leave a comment and say who you're bringing here, because this place is sick.
It's very sick.
Oh, imagine sitting here with the boys. One of you is cooking over the fire. You're about to have a meal. You're telling stories. This is what life is meant to be. Sitting around the campfire, having a snack, cooking smos. God, I need a camping trip with the fellas. Allie, we gotta go camping again.
Hell yeah, brothers.
Okay, remember a second ago when Allie said this place might be haunted? I just read this sign on the wall that said basically this lower room was used for a bunch of different things. At one point during Prohibition, even used to craft hooch. But some visitors have reported it may be haunted by the ghost of Wilbur, the hooch-making hooligan. I don't know if that's what they really called him. That's what I'm calling him. But he could be in these walls, searching for your hooch.
Wilbur, you are not allowed to attach your spirits to me while we leave this trail. You must stay here. That's all. Freaking mosquitoes. But I'll tell you what, I looked right at that room right there when we walked up and I said, that place looks haunted. And then we kept walking and I was like, none of these other places are really giving haunted. And then when you go read that thing, it says that that room is haunted. Bro, when we walked up, I swear I looked over there and I swear I saw somebody in there. I did a double take and then I just kept walking. And then, but I was like, you know what? We're just in the woods. I'm freaking myself out.
And then now we found out it's haunted. All right, well, bye Sturtevant Camp. See you next time. One of these days, me and my donkey, we're just gonna cruise up here, chill for the weekend. We've got 2 hours and 3 minutes to get back to the car or we're stuck here. Let's get a moving. How cool. All right, we're at the falling sign. Waterfalls down there somewhere. We have 2.5 miles to the trailhead. I think we're gonna make it.
You're bonding.
All right, now we begin the long uphill up this fire road back to the car. Final push. Oh, this is a tough one, but we're almost there.
Good shit. Your sweatiness from your hair just went in my mouth.
Whoopsie.
That was very salty.
I feel.
Dude, worst part part of that hike was just a fire road. Everything else was immaculate. Would do again. I give it an 8 out of 10, except for that fire road.
Very nice, very nice.
That one got a 3 out of 10.
Dude, where's my car? Oh, found it. Oh my God, I can't wait to get food.
It's time for a nap. I hate to say, like, how much that exhausted me.
Yeah, we're out of shape.
We are out of shape.
We are out of shape. But if I keep making a video every week where I hike 10 miles once or twice a week, I'm gonna be in pretty good shape. And that's why there's no better time to start hiking than yesterday. And since you can't do that, you might as well start today.
That's so true.
I will see you at the diner. Even though it's well after 2 p.m., the manager was hella cool. He was like, don't worry, for you guys, I'll get up with the breakfast burrito. Look at this big boy. I cannot wait. Allie, what'd you get?
I have a pulled pork sandwich and I have some fruit.
Yeah, the fruit's a nice touch. Phenomenal. What a perfect way to end the day. I mean, this isn't even the end. We're gonna get milkshakes after this. We might go see a movie. But in this moment, all I care about is this amazing breakfast burrito. Oh my gosh, that meal was phenomenal. Now we are gonna rush home, grab sweaters, and go to the movies because I really want to see 28 Years Later.
Don't get the pulled pork sandwich from there, but the manager was super, super nice and hooked me up.
Phenomenal staff. Breakfast burrito was amazing. Pulled pork, not so much.
Not so much.
We will be back. It's not ice cream. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure what it is, but what I can tell you right now is that it's freaking amazing. That's why we're here. We're gonna get a sweet treat and then we're off to the Grove.
Strawberry vanilla.
It literally looks like we just got ice cream at Fred Flintstone's house. It's so good.
I got split scoop, vanilla bean, and strawberry. I'm gonna get a little bit of both of them, and I'm gonna get my strawberry on here. Now, if you factor in the fact that this was a $10 ice cream cone, I just ate like 30 cents. And I gotta say, it was worth it. Well, this is the Grove. This is where I've been coming my whole life to get coffee and see movies and go on dates as a young one. In fact, one of my first adult jobs was working for a social media company where I would walk around the Grove for 2 to 4 hours a day and interview people for TikTok questions.
Oh, I can't.
Hell of a pretty movie theater. Hey, 28 years later, masterpiece. Now, everybody talk about this video is talking about how there's way too many zombie penises in the movie. Really, you only notice like the alpha zombie's penis because that thing is swinging. Everybody else, you barely notice the zombie penis.
She was swanging.
I thoroughly enjoy this film and it ended exceptionally well. 10 out of 10. Bring back zombie movies. Hey, Allie and I, we're gonna go see that one next. All right, it is almost 1 in the morning, but the adventure is not done yet. Allie has parked at Juno's house, which means we need to go to Juno's, but a bunch of the homies are there in the studio, so we're gonna go say hi to everybody, and we'll get to a recap of the day eventually when I get back home, but I'll see you at the crib.
Wow! Hi, babies. You have a carpet?
Let's see this.
Now you're virtually golfing after your...
Wait, started on the...
Wow.
Hello.
Since we're here, I'm gonna introduce you to my friends. This is Jacob.
What's up, guys?
This is Adam.
Hey, friends.
And this is Juno.
Alright.
I am tired. Bye, Allie.
Bye. I had a fun day. Drive safe.
I always drive safe. Oh my God, I can't see anything. I am so tired. but I've had such a terrific day. I'll still do a little recap, but first I need to shower. Give me like 5. All right, well, as you can see, I've showered, but you might have also noticed it's daytime. Why is that, you might ask? Well, I filmed a really great recap that summed up everything we did and had info about everywhere we went. And then when I was editing yesterday, that footage's audio got corrupted. So we gotta do it again. But I'm gonna make it quick. Basically, this adventure, I started off initially was gonna go solo. And then Allie called me, asked what I was up to. I said, hey, you're doing nothing. I'm going on an adventure. You should come. So she came on the adventure. Initially, we were doing Sturtevant Falls and Hermit Falls. When we got there, they informed us that Hermit Falls had been closed due to a recent rain and washout, and the trail's just dangerous. It's not worth going. You know, as a teenager, I would have heard that and been like, I'm gonna do that and I'll be fine. And now as an adult, you know, it's just like, if something's closed, it's probably closed for a good reason. I'm not gonna push it. But it led to us continuing on and finding Sturtevant Camp. Now, don't get me wrong, the waterfall was very cool. Beautiful 50-foot waterfall, it's pretty busy. But this Sturtevant Camp was just the coolest thing to me. This idea of wilderness resorts, and this being one of the ways people get away from the city, you know, 100 years ago and get out in nature. And I just loved that. I loved the whole idea, and I loved getting there and seeing where people would stay and seeing the old photos that showed what it used to look like. If I had more time, I would have loved to spend the whole day and night there and camp there or whatever. But that's something you can do. Have donkeys bring your gear in, and you can camp at one of those cabins, which is super, super rad. So that was super cool. Afterwards, you know, I just felt like doing more stuff. So Allie and I went to the movies, we got ice cream, and we visited my buddy Juno and Jacob at their house because friends were over. Ideally, I try and make this channel about hikes and road trips and nature, but, you know, me and my buddies are always doing pretty cool stuff. I mean, all my friends are musicians or artists, and they're just really talented. So if you guys are interested in seeing more of that day in the life stuff, you know, vlogs of me hanging out in the city and going about. I mean, I'm from LA, I live in Hollywood. My whole life has been in LA. So I don't know, if you think that would be interesting, leave a comment. I might do more day in the life stuff, but that about sums it up. In the description of the video, you'll find links to the hike we did, the place we ate, my in-depth review of 28 years later. Just kidding, I'm not writing one, but that movie was amazing. And anything else you'll need if you want to go on a similar adventure. I hope that you are finding ways to get outside and explore your backyard and explore the natural beauty of the world. Something I said earlier in the video, you know, in line with these wilderness resorts, you know, so many people think they have to, like, you know, leave the country or go to a different state to travel, and there's so much to see just in your own area, you know, no matter where you live. I promise you there's probably stuff you haven't seen before that you would like to see. So try and, you know, ask ChatGPT, I want to go on a hike, where should I go? And it might help you out. As always, thank you so much for watching. As of right now, we're at like 360 subscribers, which is so cool. I have no idea what I'm going to do for next week's video. If you have any suggestions, please leave a comment down below, and I will see you next week. I'm going to go to Mel's Diner and get a breakfast burrito. Bye.